Here's a little bit of a technical one that someone wanted to know. How consistently can you get the hottest girl in your room on any given day? Almost every time, 50% of the time, or what?
Every time. Every
Every time,
time.
You got to merge
50%
up.
of the time, I get her every time.
You got to
Depends
meet
on
a
how I'm
group of
framing it.
sevens, merge them to the eights, merge them to the nines, merge them to the 10. Is a quick rule.
How do I even give a real, I don't know.
You have to reframe the question because that's
Yeah.
coming from a guy who hasn't gotten any yet and is hoping that getting into pickup may change things, but he's not sure yet if it's worth the effort.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
How to get
These,
that supermodel in three
So
easy moves.
here's an
But you
interesting
just
one
don't
though.
walk into the 10, do you? You go in with women. So you meet the sevens, then go and meet the eights with the sevens, then go and meet the nines with the eights, and so on
There
till you
is
get up.
there is science that shows that the more attractive a woman believes she is relative to other women, the more her behavior changes. She need not be more attractive than these other women. She need only think she's more attractive than other women, and she will behave differently. So these women, as Mystery says, it doesn't take longer to get them. It's just different. So I
Mm.
think that the quote unquote closing ratio is relatively similar to meeting any other woman. It's just, do you have the skill set? Do you know the nuances, the different paths in to meet her? That's what's going to make the difference. So, how do we quantify that? What's the closing ratio here? If I'm being really shrewd and I'm saying, look, I'm not cherry picking my approaches, I'm approaching women that I'm sincerely interested in, 10%, 20%. If I'm on a really good streak, 30%. But I don't know anybody who's really played the game at a high level that's not cherry picking their approaches that makes some claim of, oh, I get all of them, or I even get 50% of them. There's a rejection rate to this. We can reframe it all
Mm.
we want and call it something else, but we're going to fail.
It's the 80-20 rule. 80% of women are not available for you. They're
And I would
married,
say,
engaged, or they're preoccupied, and 20% are excited by you. So
and I would
it's the
say
way it
don't
works.
don't compare your journey to somebody else's. Just go out there and game and do the best you can. Benchmarking yourself against other people, you know,
if you're gonna play these kinds of like percentage games, it's like you live in New York, there are 8 million people in New York. 4 million are men, and I'm not gay, so that's 4 million options. 10% of those are above the age of 80, and I don't want to date more than 80. 79, that's okay. And then there are some kids
yeah.
there. Anyone under the age of 21, I'm not interested in. So then you're just narrowing it down. And then, yeah, these numbers don't really matter. It's just,
But
are you the way I would measure it back in the day when I was first starting out, or at least when I moved to a big city, I didn't measure like how many approaches I'm doing or what my hit rate is, success rate, burn rate, numbers, or anything. The only number I was concerned about, and this probably isn't so much of a number, but the amount of days of which I would ever go without ever having sex. So my dry spells, essentially, how long are my dry spells these days? And it never got, once I moved to the big city, it was never more than 13 or 14 days at any point as soon as I moved there. So it was like, I just don't have to worry because if I'm not getting laid this week, I'm getting laid next week. That was just like the way I was thinking about it. I wasn't
Location,
concerned with,
location, location.
mm,
Very important.
exactly.
let's also remember the most attractive woman in a given arena is not always single and available. She's often there with her boyfriend. And guess what? Sometimes her boyfriend's got game and you're not stealing her away. So
Right girl, wrong time.
Mm.
hmm,
And
not
there's
your turn yet.
uh, I'm not normal. I'll say another thing that's not normal. It's like women can smell pussy on a man. It's the way it goes. And if you're like holding out because you're waiting for that perfect Instagram model and you're not wandering around in the land of women, women are not attracted to you. It's the way it works. They can smell it on you, and if and they recognize that. So it's like the concept is
It's abundance.
it was some guys like I'll just be very crude. Some guys are pussy snobs. They say, "Oh, I'm waiting, I'm waiting, I'm waiting, waiting, waiting. 2 years I haven't had intimate with a girl because they're not my type." But there's guys who just the guy that you know who's not tall, not in shape, not money, whatever, and he's got these Instagram models all the time. He's like, who? How? It's because he doesn't discriminate. It's because he's like he likes girls and he likes women around him, and he represents that. Um, he's not a snob when it comes to that kind of thing, and it's a concept that men go, wait a minute, but I have to like discriminate. Yes, but you also have to realize that there's women in the world that are engaging in enjoying the spirit of you too. So they don't discriminate. And because they smell like it, because they have that spirit, women are drawn to them in the clubs or whatever. Who's that guy? He's not tall, he's not good looking, he's wearing a ratty t-shirt, but there's something about him. Nobody knows this.
Similar to when you go into a nightclub environment, some of the sets that I do, there is no target for me. There's no
Yeah.
particular woman of interest, but it is really nice to perform magic for a group of people
Yeah.
and get them, you know, happy.
There was a guy, an old guy told me when I was young, he said, if you have sex with a girl in the afternoon and you're going to go out that night, do not shower. Do not shower. It's important you don't shower.
Pheromones.
Pheromones.
I'm not normal, guys.
Equally powerful to pre-selection is avoiding the inverse of that, which is pre-rejection. So you're pre-qualified, great, but if a woman gets the sense that you don't have women in your life, can we call that pre-rejection? The opposite.
If you don't have women in your life,
pre-selection?
you're not going to get women that you want. You're not going to get that model. You're not going to get that. They're not going to be attracted to you. That's the way it works. If you don't have
You want to
women in
look
your life,
sexually active in your clothing, in your style, that you're
they're
on
not
the market.
interested. They're not interested if you don't have that. Women want to go where women are. So it's like guys say, let's have a party and tell the girls we have the greatest cool guys there. Girls do not want to go where the guys are. They want to go where the girls are. So if the girls are coming to a party, they all want to go there. So, when you invite girls to parties, the hottest girls in the city are going to be there. You should come. You'll fit right in. You invite them because the girls want to go where girls are. They don't want to go where guys are, believe it or not. It's counterintuitive. But they want to go, like if a girl's going to go to a house party and there's only be guys there, she just puts her hair in a ponytail, it's good. But if there's girls now, I have to put my makeup on, I have to put my sequins on, I have to because girls dress up for girls, not for guys. So it's like they want to know.
That's a great insight.
Yeah. They don't want to go where the guys are. They want to go where the girls are. So if you're creating a party environment, say that all the girls are going to be there, you're going to love it. Girls, we're going to be a fashion photographer. We're going to have, you don't say all the cool guys are going to be there because they don't care about that. They want to go where the girls are so they can compare themselves like this. That's what women do. So it's like women want to be drawn. And if a man doesn't have women in his life, they're not attracted to you. They can't smell it. They can't feel it. They can't feel that you had a great experience in the last few days. They can't feel that energy and they're not drawn to you.
Mystery used to put a spray of female cologne on, women's cologne.
Yeah, perfume. That way a girl would smell me and say, "Ooh, you smell good. What are you wearing?" And I'd say nothing.
Fucking genius, man. Oh my God.
Incredible, man.
Whatever moves are there, we gotta find some more like techniques like this.
No, I don't know. I think different, man. I'll be quiet.
No, San, you are way of being. The way of the lover.
Well, I get excited,
Of Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew.
He was a lovable character, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I love Pepe Le Pew.
No kidding,
Maybe
man.
that's extreme, but you show your sexual interest as you're titillated to do so when it feels right to do so. There she is. She's beautiful, and you
know what?
Rip the roots, rip the flowers out by their roots, but you do enjoy her beauty.
Exactly. The number one thing that women cannot resist is desire. And I don't mean neediness. And there's a fine line. Guys like, why desire? No, you don't. You're horny and like just needy. But desire is incredible. Women want to give that. They want to inspire men. They want to give you, they want to make you feel fulfilled. They want to make you feel, they want for the right guy, they want to give, that's their nature. That's who they are. And when you appeal to that, they're like, I'll give you anything. I'll do anything for you.
Zen, I have a
So,
question for you. Mystery and I have done a few live online workshops. We're likely doing another one at some point in the future. And one of the new subjects that we're teaching is called advanced frames.
oh,
And what you have been spitting this entire call has been very high level macro and micro level frames, I like to call them. I would love for you to join our next live online. Just drop in for an hour, give the
tell
guys
me when. I promise I'll come. Yeah.
amazing.
Tell me when. Give me heads up, and I'll come. Yeah, I'll join. Yeah, for sure.
Beautiful.
I mean, for no reason other than what else is there? What other conversation is? What else can I do with my time?
These
You
are
know? So,
powerful
yeah.
frames, man. These are powerful frames.
Yeah, and it's real.
Yeah.
It's
Beliefs.
real. Yeah.
Beliefs. You are the lover. I heard there's 4 archetypes of people. This is one way of seeing the world. It's a cognitive model. 4 of them. One is the king, someone who you brought up, Zan. Another one is the lover,
Uh-huh.
someone who you have embodied. Another is the warrior, something that I don't focus on personally as the warrior. And what's the 4th one? God damn it. And there's a 4th one.
The wizard.
The mystic.
Forgive me.
The
The
wizard.
mystic.
Magician.
The magician. I have used the magician archetype in my life. I've used king as well from time to time, and I've used lover. But warrior, I look to my wingmen to protect me because I'm a wing. I know
Yeah,
enough
man.
martial arts to get myself seriously hurt.
There's a
That's-
time for all of them. There's a time for all of the archetypes.
That's right.
And
That's right.
I've seen the warrior in you before. You have the warrior in you too.
Yeah, like this. Yeah,
This
Shane.
Mystery and Shaquille O'Neal are like the only guys who would have bodyguards smaller than them. You gotta defeat them before you get to the final boss.
There you go.
Shaq's in
Exactly.
jujitsu too. Shaq has a purple belt, I think, in jujitsu, which is pretty serious.
Mm.
Do not fight that man. Understood.